Okay, let's just get right into this one. Um, I've pulled 3 piles, one having to do with strength, maybe your personal strengths or positivity, good things happening in your life. This one is about weaknesses or maybe some darkness or, some things that you need to work on. And then this is the direction pile. This is just kind of like telling you what's coming next and maybe giving you some directions on the next moves that you're supposed to be making. So let's go ahead and get started. Ooh. So the first term we have is this like gold starfish. Right off the bat, I'm just hearing like gold star, which is kind of like a good job, you're on the right track type of thing. Could also be like a star seed, play on star. And let's see, since it's a starfish, it's, related to the ocean. And when I think of the ocean, that usually takes me back to like the divine goddess. So I don't know, maybe that has something to do with this. But we'll put this aside and see if anything else comes up. Let's go ahead and start with this first one. This is the reverse 3 of Swords. So, I'm sorry, 3 of Wands. So this is signifying the end of troubles. This is a suspension, or, like this is basically adversities are going to cease for you. Now, take note of the number 3 here. 3 signifies growth, expansion, evolution. So it's kind of telling me through this card that, that has a lot to do with the reason why your troubles are ending. You're growing and expanding and evolving. So you're kind of like reaching the pinnacle, the peak here. So that's pretty cool for you. Now, another positive thing in your life having to do with this Temperance card. Now, I'm seeing the number 14. If you break it down, 14 is 1 and 4. 1 is a new beginning. 4 signifies love. And it's important to note that if you were to add them together, 1 and 4 equals 5, which is a divine number specifically referencing spirit. So this card is just basically talking about you having the secret of eternal life. It's kind of a divine card, it's one of the high ones, one of the high vibration cards. Oh, that's pretty cool. We see like, kind of looks like a crown, but with like light emanating from it. So, light, love, I'm seeing you with the 4 being love, and then there's light here. It's pretty good stuff, actually. Either you have a lot of light and love in your life right now, or you're coming into it in this like period of growth and evolution that you're going through. So it's pretty cool. And since we're looking at, something divine, this like star/star seed charm might be coming into play. So also, I guess that's the good job, gold star energy too, that you're basically coming into yourself. These are like really positive attributes and traits about your life right now. So then this last one is the reverse 6 of Wands. I'm sorry, 6 of Swords. So this is basically talking about, well, I guess I just want to address this real quick. The 6 is just another like 3 number. It's like a product of 3. So when you get 3 twice, that's 6. It's kind of like magnifying this same energy. So like keeping it going. And of course, anytime that you see more than one of anything, that's just something to pay attention to. This card is specifically talking about a declaration, a confession, maybe something public, and especially a proposal or declaration of love. So maybe someone's going to tell you that they love you, or maybe you're going to tell them that you love them. 6 is not just like a 3, times 2 kind of thing. It's also 6 itself means family, harmony, nurturing, idealism. So like this is telling me basically that, this love declaration, this love proposal is going to bring you that harmony and that family life that maybe you are wanting. And it's going to be kind of idealistic. It's maybe something that you didn't realize that you could have. But this is going to be a good thing for you. I'm pretty happy about that, actually. I'm feeling like royal energy or like mermaid energy too. I don't know if that has something to do with this declaration of love, because I'm just hearing that now that we're talking about this. So I don't know if that resonates with you. Just keep that in mind. It doesn't look like you have that 6 energy yet, that family harmony, and that nurturing in your life yet. So if you make this declaration, then you will find that family, or maybe if this person makes a declaration to you, you should accept, because that's basically telling you that that path is leading you down a road of like harmony, peace. It's just going to be all around good for you. This is tying back to that like growth aspect. So it looks like you still have some growing to do, but this is going to end up really well for you. Now let's take a look at this oracle card. The North Node. Step out of your comfort zone. Okay, so this is probably referring to the growth that you need to do. Maybe this declaration. It seems like you're pretty comfortable in this temperance. But these are things maybe that are coming into your life, but you still kind of need to do some work on them. You're headed in the right direction for sure. That's what this card tells us. So another, gold star, good job message. It seems like you're headed towards something that feels like destiny, which really ties in with that. We had the 4 in this card, and the 6, the idealistic family that you didn't think that you could have. So I'm pretty excited for you, actually. You're coming into something extremely exciting. It feels big. It feels huge. And maybe you already are feeling that energy a little bit. So if you already know what I'm talking about, if this resonates with you, then, we're on the right track. You are exactly where you need to be, basically. And so this is the time when you need to face your fears, and you need to get over it. That's what this card tells you. And it's also asking you to stop obsessing over something or someone. I'm getting like maybe an ex vibe, ex lover. Maybe it's a project or something, but something's occupying your time and your mental energy, and maybe that's the reason that you haven't achieved this harmony. Maybe that's the growth that you still have to do. This is just another step towards reaching that idealistic family, that harmony, and that love that you're being promised right now. Okay, so it's looking like you're supposed to be standing on your own 2 feet right now, so that's part of the stepping out of your comfort zone. you've got this. So just take the steps. Take the steps that you need to make to, you know, achieve your growth, and make that declaration. Or at least be looking out for that declaration if you're not sure about making it yet. Let's see. Okay, let's just move on. I'm going to put these aside, and we might have to come back to them, but I'll put these aside for now. Okay, so let's take a look at this weaknesses pile. It's weaknesses, maybe darkness that you're dealing with, struggles. So we're going to take a look at that. We have a gold feather and a little gold bicycle. The bicycle right away is giving me travel vibes. Maybe like a little bit of like, you know, playtime vibes. Like some sort of like, you know, like when kids go out on their bikes together. I'm just kind of like getting that feeling from it. Let's see, we've also got this gold feather. I'm hearing like, you know, flying, freedom, something related to a bird. And then it could also have something to do with writing, like a quill. And we'll come back to those again too. But let's get started on, let's go this way. Get started on these guys. All right. So here we have the swords, the Seven of Swords, and this is reversed. So this is having to do with humanity's basically 7 is having to do with humanity's deeper inner need to find depth and meaning and spiritual connection. So that's kind of talking about you, who you are. You're like the answer to that question. And this card specifically is referring to advice, counsel, instruction. So when we're talking about things that you don't have in your life, things that are negative, this is kind of telling me like maybe you don't have good counsel in your life, or maybe you're not the best at giving counsel. We'll take a look at that a little bit more. I like to get kind of a fuller picture before I really start making definitive statements. So let's see. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. So this is some royal energy. Loving that. Queens have 13 energy. They have like the number 13 attached to them. So that's another 1 and 3. So as I told you before, 1s are new beginnings, 3 it's growth, expansion, all that stuff. So you're growing into yourself. You're becoming the person that you're supposed to be. You're on the right track. And this is just confirming all of that. Now, if you add 1 and 3 together, that makes 4. So that's also another love confirmation. And this Queen of Pentacles represents opulence, generosity, magnificence, security, liberty. These are things that maybe you struggle to have or have struggled to have in your life. And I'm also kind of getting that maybe like when we're thinking about the word magnificence, that maybe that's being used in like a negative connotation, just with this card and this reading specifically. So let's just keep looking and see what else we get. Oh, wow. Okay, so 4 of Swords. We've got, 4, again, another 4 number. This card, the first thing I always think is the Hermit's Repose. So this is like the only time that the Hermit is ever going to get rest, or that the Knight is ever going to get rest, is when he's dead. So that's kind of like the energy that you've been living life on. It looks like this also is pertaining to retreat, solitude, exile. So maybe you spend a lot of time on your own. Maybe that's a choice. of yours. You've isolated yourself. Maybe you've just had trouble, finding people to connect with. And, that reminds me also of that, going back to that idealistic relationship, that idealistic love that you didn't think you could have. So this is kind of like showing me like you've had a struggle finding that. And which is why I'm excited that that's, in the cards for you to kind of change that. It's also referring to vigilance. Maybe you're having trouble being, maybe you're being too vigilant. Guess that would be considered hypervigilance. And so that seems to be making you tired. And maybe something that you have to work on a little bit more. Let's take a look at this other card we have here for you. This is the 8 of Wands. Important to note that 8 is another one of those numbers that you can associate with, you can associate it with 4 happening twice. So that's like double the 4, double the love. And 8 itself means balance. So since it's kind of here down on the bottom of the card, and since this card is reversed, this is telling me that maybe you still have to work on balance for yourself. And if you do, then you will be amplifying that love energy, that idealistic love that you didn't think you could have. So that's what we're getting for your weaknesses. And then let's just kind of pull this oracle card. Okay, full moon in Leo. Don't let pride get in your way. So Leo is already, known for being prideful, but they have big hearts. So really, when I think of a Leo, I think of like that big heart energy. Someone who's like got a lot of love to give, a lot of compassion, right? But anytime that you pair that with the full moon, it's going to be super intense, because full moon energy is like, werewolf energy, howl at the moon energy, right? So this is probably referring to the fact that maybe that pride that you have is too much. Maybe there's, your ego is getting in the way. So you kind of have to check that in yourself. That's an obstacle for you, your pride and your ego. This card is reminding you to be magnificent, because you are magnificent. You're the king of the jungle. You're, the lion, right? But don't be too much. This definitely cautions you against that. Be yourself, but don't be too much, basically. This is also having to do with, it wants to remind you that self-esteem is good, but vanity is bad. So again, check your ego, check your vanity, be confident in yourself, have self-esteem, but also, keep yourself in check with, some humility, basically. Remember that everyone is equally important. This is also telling you that now is the time to follow creative urges. Make magic. So like whatever you're doing that's creative, or whatever you want to do that's creative, now's the time. You're probably feeling the urge to create, so go for it. And this is interesting. A friendship might be ending now, which is kind of goes back to that North Node card that we were looking at. It says to stop obsessing over something or someone. So if it may already be happening, in the process of happening, or maybe you kind of know who I'm talking about, who you've been obsessing over, and know maybe it's like a toxic relationship or something like that. And so this card is just telling you, that's going to end. And it's just kind of like confirming that stopping that obsession, that is the right move here. And then, let's see. Let's just move on right here. Let's go back to this gold bike, because I feel like there's something else here. Well, actually, looking at it now, I'm looking at this. It looks like there's like a journey on this card somebody's making. So it's kind of reminding me more and more of that travel. Okay. And for some reason, I keep hearing Gold Coast. So I don't know if you have like plans to travel to the Gold Coast, or that's somewhere you want to go or something like that. Or maybe you've met someone. Maybe this is referring to someone you've met on the Gold Coast who you have to end that relationship with. I don't know. Obviously, whatever you are thinking of when you're looking at this bike, take notes of that because that's important. That's a message for you. Um, and then, I think it's also meaning like keep moving. I think I'm hearing that like keep moving, go along for the ride, go along for this ride of life, basically. It has some really great things in store for you. So if you just kind of like follow the plan and keep on with this forward momentum, like you're on the right track, good job. Um, you know, Travel. I'm just seeing like a lot of that, but really it's just like forward momentum. That's what I'm seeing for you actually with this is like a lot of forward momentum that's happening for you right now, and it's going to just continue to happen. So I'm just seeing like actually a lot of energy with that and like liberation. So maybe that's also referring to this hermit's repose. Maybe you're being liberated from this weariness, from this tiredness that you've been carrying around, and you're finally going to get that repose. But it seems like you're going to get it in the form of love, which is great because we prefer that over the form of death, right? So let's go ahead, move on to the next set. I should organize these better. All right, so the charm that we have for this set is the sun. Okay, and it's like reminding me of radiance. You're coming into some good things. Maybe like light, love. This is giving me some good vibes, so let's just keep that going and see if maybe the cards tell us anything specific. All right, so first of all, we have the Two of Cups, which is, very obvious about love, about union. So we've been talking about that. So this is really just confirming that these next steps that you're supposed to be taking are the next things that are coming for you. We've been talking about that, and this is just confirming it. So you've been getting clues and signs about love, an idealistic love that you just didn't believe could exist. And we have the two is actually, in this case, referencing a couple, which we see here. They're obviously in love. And they're exchanging sacraments. So that's beautiful. And it looks like maybe they both have like an affinity, like an understanding of like the occult arts or something, occult science or something like that. So that's something to look out for if you have someone in your life who, or come into someone in your life in the near future who actually displays those gifts and maybe like vibes with you on that. That's something to look out for. This card also talks about the interrelation of sexes, the sanctification of nature. So again, it's just more like love, family, the divine love type of stuff. Okay, so this is just magnifying everything I've been talking about already with you. And we have the Seven of Wands. That's great. Oh yes, I love that. That's like a competition that you're winning. Looks like maybe you might be having a discussion in business negotiations, maybe in trade, or or in a competition. So this is specifically referencing words in, business or competition, like something where you have to kind of like fight for something. But you have valor, and you know, this is this is just basically saying that this is your conquest is going to succeed. Like, you're going to win. So it's like a big success card. Love it for you, because whatever you're doing right now, whether it's, the love stuff, whether it's, being creative, you know, whether it's, writing with this, we've got this quill here, and then, there's wordy competition or like word play and discussion here. So that might be also a reference to that. So basically, this is just saying that whatever it is, you're going to succeed. So that's going to be pretty cool, because so far we've seen, that you've gone through a lot, and you have a lot of struggles that you have to overcome, obstacles you have to overcome. But what you're getting from it is going to be so much greater than you ever thought, than you ever expected that you could have or that you could achieve. So I love that energy for you. Definitely going to be a rest, a repose from all the hardship that you've been going through. There's going to be nothing that is that you can't do, basically, with this love on your side. You can conquer anything. So I love that for you. Let's see. And this is just more victory energy, more conquering energy. This is the Six of Wands. So this is more, triumphing. It signifies great news. So you might be getting great news, which reminds me actually of the card that we pulled, saying that, one of your weaknesses was, or, things that you were struggling with, was good advice and stuff, or good news. So this is kind of showing me that, that's going to come to an end, and you're going to start having some great news to share with people. And as a matter of fact, it's going to be so great that the whole square is going to come out, the whole town is going to come out to hear this news, right? This is going to be, this could signify like the King's Herald, right? Coming out to spread the good news that we just won, this is a triumph, this is a victory, right? So that's what this card means. It's also symbolizing like a crown of hope. So it's telling you, hold on, you have hope, you're on the right track, you're almost there. You've got a lot of full moon energy going on right now. So you're basically at the peak, you're, at the pinnacle, you're at the top of the mountain, which we see right here. And going through all that growth, that expansion that I've been seeing for you, that's just gonna pan out for you. I'm just seeing nothing but success and good fortune for you in the near future, really. And so that just, also just ties in with this, radiant gold sun. Also, this could tie in with that Leo energy. Just reminding you to embrace your magnificence, okay? And just keep in mind that you have to, temper it with, a little bit of humility. You have to check your ego, as we saw in the with this full moon and Leo card, okay? But it's still reminding you that you're royal, you're that king of the jungle. You're maybe the king whose herald is out here, spreading the news about something great you did, some triumph that you had. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and, oh wait, why am I doing this? Sorry about that. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and look at this oracle card. Oh, wow, another full moon. Okay, so you've got, like I said, lots of full moon energy going on right now. North node, full moon. Okay. All right, so this is telling you to surrender to the divine, right? It's the full moon. Like I said, full moon is the pinnacle, it's the peak. You've done a lot of work to manifest your dreams, and now it's all coming true. Okay, so all you have to do in order to claim that dream is to surrender to the divine. You need to tell yourself, I am getting the answers I need. So whatever answers you're currently getting, and answers that you're going to be getting in the near future to questions that you've asked or things that you've asked for, you are getting those things. They're coming to you very, very soon. I mean, like, you're right there. You're on the precipice right now. A wish that you made, that may be about to come true. So maybe that has to do with that love interest, or maybe you just wanted that rest from the weariness. So that is coming true, the thing that you asked for, whatever it was. And you just have to remember that with the full moon comes a sense of madness, a bit of madness. And so that may be how you're feeling right now. And this card is reminding you to stop, take a deep breath, and calm down. It's very important that you calm down and you channel some peace right now, to temper that bursting, exploding full moon energy, right? You may need to forgive someone to release negative energy, and maybe that's having to do with the friend that you're obsessing over, who you're going to have to leave that friendship, end that friendship. And so this is just telling you, forgive them. It's not about them and like whether you're forgiving them for their sake, but you're forgiving them for your sake. This is what you need to do in order to release negativity. And when you release negativity, you make room for the positive. You attract all of these beautiful, beautiful things in your life. So this full moon energy is kind of telling you how to get these beautiful things. And then the last thing it's telling you is basically it's time to let go of the past and it's time to move on, right? So, again, having to do with the friend, maybe that's leaving, the friendship that's ending, or it could also just have to do with like the traumas you've been through in the past, things that you've gone through that have left you tired. You might have to just let go of that, let go of the pain. So whatever it is that's holding you back, you need to let go of that in order to make room for this beautiful, beautiful energy that you have here, this radiant energy. I'm so excited for you. This is going to be a really, really beautiful time in your life. It seems like this is going to be so beautiful. It's actually going to kind of make up or heal these wounds that you have had. So I recommend definitely finding the areas that you need to grow in, working on those, and maybe make that declaration of love. I think that's really what this is telling you. Just jump in, go for it. You can't lose. You can only win right now. You're a victor, a conqueror. You triumph in everything you do. That's where you're headed right now. So just claim that full moon energy. Surrender to the divine. Find some centeredness, some calmness. Just let it go right now. Breathe. Do some deep breathing. You're going to be okay. You're going to get everything that you want. You're actually going to get more than you want. Remember that idealistic, you never thought it could happen, never thought that it existed, but it does, and it's here for you, and it's right around the corner. I mean, I can't stress enough how this is just like some bursting energy, even just this sun with this moon, the full moon, the two full moons really. Big things coming your way.